Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hey, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing for lots more diamond painting content. And if you are back, welcome back. Today I am here with an unboxing from Diamond Art Studio UK, which you may have recognized maybe from this royal purple ribbon that is one of their trademark colors on a lot of their stuff. And so they actually sent this kit over to me a little while back that they said I could share with you if I wanted to. And I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm thinking I may use it to participate in a couple of events that are happening here in the month of November. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it. And a huge thank you to Diamond Art Studio UK for sending it over for me to share with you guys. So let's take a look together. Now there are a couple of events happening in November that this kit would work for. One is an event that's actually hosted by Diamond Art Studio UK called Purple Post November? I'll double check. I'll link to their Facebook page where they've got more info on it, but you just have to basically be working on one of their kits is my understanding to participate in that event. And in addition, an event that I've been looking forward to for a really long time is called Nautical November and is being hosted by my friends Jacqueline, who's Diamond Art Sparkles on Instagram, and Emma, who is Diamond Fun Times on Instagram and owns Amazing Craft Shop. So, all right. I will do my best to link to the information about both of those events below in case you want to find out more about it, as well as a couple of resources for where to find out about diamond painting events in general. So anyway, they have this really fun purple branding on their backs, Diamond Art Studio, super shiny. Here's their socials. There's some instructions written out on the box, a warning for a choking hazard, and then high quality painting canvas, some details here. Pictures about what's included, and then you guys, here's a look at the artwork of what's in here. So I'm really excited to take a look at this one, especially because you guys, it's another high color count kit. I can't resist these high color count kits. Now I have completed a kit from Diamond Art Studio UK before called Outside the Sweet Shop. It had 190 something colors, I believe, and was just way too much fun to work on. And I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed watching my progress on that particular kit, so I'll link to the post review of that kit if you're curious below. And I just overall have had a wonderful experience with Diamond Art Studio UK, everything from the quality of their canvases to the customer service and just the whole energy and vibe over there. I'm digging it. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna kind of take everything out of here, and I'm gonna roll this backwards so that it's gonna lay flat. Canvases that come with poured glue like this one, it is totally safe to roll backwards to help it lay flat. I always mention this because, with newbies, you don't necessarily know that. So this is one of the main ways you can help it lay flat. The other way, and something I think I had to kind of do last time, was I peeled back the plastic cover about halfway each direction. And that kind of helped with some of the aesthetic. They looked like wrinkles, but they're not. It's just where the plastic cover shifted when it was rolled. So yeah, that really did the trick. I'm gonna do it from the other direction. If you're wondering why I don't just try to peel up the whole thing and then put it back down, it's because that is a huge pain. It's a ton of work. It is a huge pain. But look at this gorgeous canvas, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is 60 by 80 centimeters. So it is, a good size, but wow. Okay. That is looking really, really neat. So let me show you what all was included here. We do have our diamonds, which I'll take a look at the color list. Well, I can look at it right here on the canvas. 113 colors. So over 100, but not the 197 that were on my last Diamond Art Studio UK canvas. So here's the color spread. We're gonna look closer at these in just a little bit. Also included in here, we do have a toolkit, which if we take a look at what's all in here, it's purple, of course. Let's just get all those pieces out. Okay, perfect. So you've got a pen and squishy, as well as some thin plastic multi-placers you can pop in the end of your pen if you want to try your hand at placing more than one diamond at a time. And then we've got a tray, just a basic white tray. I think that's probably from my cat there. I have a black cat. So anyway, we do have a basic white tray. Project of this scope, I would probably recommend upgrading some of these tools. Like I'd maybe go with a bigger tray and maybe a hand-turned diamond painting pen. But you know what? Every diamond painting is completed, you know, just a diamond at a time. So this also will work completely fine. We do get some wax. And usually on these waxes, which yeah, it looks like there is on this one as well, there is a thin plastic film on there. You want to make sure you peel up before you try to load up your pen. Little caddy for it too, and then you do get a pair of tweezers. So they are pokey, so yeah, you want to keep that cover on. You know, basic toolkit, but really it's gonna do everything you need to with your painting. So we do have in here, it looks like there's a couple of sticker sheets because the colors do go over what's available on one page. But here's a look at the original artwork. So I don't think I mentioned the name of it right at the beginning. I'm so sorry. The name of this piece is Becoming, and it's by the artist Andrea Tramutolo. And I think that they have one or two other pieces from this artist in their shop too. But I just thought this was so pretty. I'm very, very, very curious to see how this really striking style to her skin tones, how that's going to translate to diamond painting form. Diamond Art Studio UK does hand render their canvases. And when I talk about charting and rendering, what that means, what I'm referring to is how a diamond painting company takes the original artwork and translates it into diamond painting form. There's a number of different ways that can be done, though I will say I'm not an expert. This is just kind of what my understanding is from observing and working on kits. But there's kind of a more computer rendered, like a digital rendering style, where it's a lot softer lines and a lot higher what we call confetti, which I'll talk about more. I think there's going to be plenty of confetti in this piece where I can show you an example. And that tends to often, like, you have a little bit slightly more blurred rendering or something like that, but sometimes that also means a higher level of detail. So that can be really good, and it's a lot of personal preference too. And another way that kind of the opposite end of the spectrum in a way is hand charting, which is where a person is really spending a lot of time, even sometimes pixel by pixel, and choosing what colors are going to go where with a particular painting. So Diamond Art Studio UK, I think, does, from what I understand and what I've seen of their projects and what they've shared, does more of that hands-on work with these kits. So, I'm curious to see how that looks with this particular painting. But anyway, so this is going to be 60 by 80 centimeters and have square drills, which you can kind of see in the code here. It tells you it's page 2 of 2 and page 1 of 2 with these sticker sheets. It is nice that these are some pre-cut sticker labels. So when I go to kit up these diamonds into storage containers, I can just peel off these labels and put those directly on the containers. Alternatively, it looks like the diamonds did come in resealable bags here. So you could also just peel off the sticker and put it straight on the bags too, however you'd prefer to work on it. It looks like they are, like most diamond painting companies, using the DMC color code system here in the right hand column. And it comes from the DMC brand of floss, like with cross stitch. And so, they're using that. Most diamond painting companies do. At the end of their color list, though, we do say that there are some AB colors. So 3 of those in this kit. We will take a look at those together and try to find where they are on this canvas. Speaking of this canvas, let's go on a little tour. Let me show you some of the features here. So they do have branding at the top of Diamond Art Studio UK Limited. And we do have some scalloped and finished edges here that are poked. You shouldn't have to worry about any fraying. We do have this kind of short lint, soft lint backed canvas that feels like, it's you'll see it with a lot of diamond painting companies at the moment, but it's really like kind of soft to the touch. You can kind of feel the texture of how it's like kind of been woven. The front has this kind of shiny, almost poly look to it, like polyester look to it, but I don't know my material, so don't quote me on that. Just kind of, it's a different texture than the back. And then we've got poured glue on the canvas when you peel back the plastic cover. It's really sticky. I did not have any issues at all with the glue on the canvas that I've worked on from them before. And then we have a thumbnail and schematic over here on the left. It's kind of the bottom left, along with a color list of all 113 colors. My camera is not wanting to focus today. There we go. And then we have their socials mentioned and linked here, which I'll also have linked for your convenience in the description box below, as well as directly to their website. And then here is the artist's name and title of the piece it's becoming and copyright. So this piece, along with all of Diamond Art Studio UK's other pieces, are legally licensed from the artist, which means, in this case, Andrea Tramutolo has both given permission for the use of their artwork and is being compensated for it as well. In addition to that, Diamond Art Studio UK has come out and said that they are not wanting to have any AI artwork in their shop. They want everything to be, created by kind of human artists in this way. So if that is something that is important to you, just know that they've kind of publicly taken that, put that out there and kind of taken that stance, and you can totally take that or leave that. I'm mentioning it because they have said as much, and I know it matters to some people. And we have a schematic and color list over here at the top right as well. As far as the canvas itself, if we look up close, the symbol printing looks really clear. I remember having mostly no trouble with the symbols on my other canvas from them. There were a few that I had a little bit of trouble reading, like one or two. I believe I covered it in that post review. I'm just blanking on exactly what I had said at the moment, but holy confetti. Okay, so lots of examples in this kit of what we would call confetti. Confetti is when you have a lot of color changes in a small area. Lots of it happening here in our jellyfish friend. So those areas, it's definitely going to take longer because you'll be doing some more single placing. You'll be changing out the color in your tray more often. But it can have an effect that is really cool and can sometimes suit the artwork really well. It's hard telling until we have diamonds down, but I have been known to really love some confetti when done well. So we'll be curious to see how it looks with this one. Like, I really liked it in Outside the Sweet Shop, honestly. And so I'm optimistic about this one. Because I don't know how many examples we're really gonna get of color blocking in this kit, I'm just gonna point out here as a really minor example of color blocking. Color blocking is when you have some of the same color in a small area and you can do some multi-placing and have that color in your tray for longer. So like this equal sign is this kind of some color blocking going on in there. And then her face looks striking. I guess we do have some color blocking, this highlight on her cheekbone here. I will say this symbol is a little tricky to read. It's kind of a faint, it's like a sky blue boomerang, or like greater than symbol or less than symbol on a peach background. So that's a little tricky to read, but you know what, honestly, as long as there aren't any other symbols that are too similar to that one, I can probably make do without too much trouble. Apologies if you're hearing my neighbor's doggo. That happens sometimes when I do these videos. Okay, this coral over here, oh, confetti, but also it looks really good. Spoiler alert, this square symbol, that's going to be one of our AB colors. But let me not get ahead of myself here. Yeah, that one symbol was really the main culprit, I think. There is like one with 3 lines here that's also a tiny bit tricky. I wonder if a light pad would help or hurt with that. I don't know. I don't use a light pad almost ever, but I pointing it out for you guys. I know a lot of people are like, I can't diamond paint without I almost said an iPad, a light pad. But I don't know, just with my overhead lighting, it tends to work okay. And sometimes a light pad can help with those kinds of symbols, but sometimes it can also blow it out too much. Okay, so I'm just measuring. We're at just a tick shy of 80 centimeters left to right. And about exactly 60 centimeters top to bottom. So calling that true to size, not surprising. Diamond Art Studio UK has run true to size before, in my experience with kits I've unboxed from them. So anyway, now let's take a look at these diamonds. Now there is I think this is the model number for the kit. So if you happen to store the diamonds separate from the canvas and outside the box they came in, really easy to match them up again later. But let's take a look at these colors together. This kit does have square diamonds. though Diamond Art Studio UK does offer some kits with round diamonds as well. I have not done one of their round diamond kits. I've only done squares, and the quality was really good from what I remember. Look at all those pretty pastels. So the bags themselves have the number 1 is going to be our kind of legend number, the left column. 152 is the DMC code, and then the 9.5A is going to be the weight in either ounces or grams. So got the number 1. These are in order in the bags. So we have number 2, which is number 154. And it is nice that these do come in Ziploc bags, resealable bags, because I know for a lot of people, working out of baggies is really convenient. You don't have to kit up into storage containers. I love working out of storage containers because I am a klutz. I am a class A klutz. So I'm going to take these and put these into storage containers just for sake of ease. Now, when I worked on my last kit from them, I ended up putting the colors in rainbow order with all of those symbols. And given that this kit has 113 colors, I'm a little torn. I think it probably would be easier with this many colors to go ahead and put them kind of in rainbow order again. That might save my sanity. I think I'm probably going to kit up into maybe 2 Elizabeth Ward storage containers. I think that would probably help a lot. We do have some colors where there's not a lot of them. I didn't run out of any colors in my last kit. I'm sure if I did, that I could contact them and they would send out replacements. Like I said, I've had a really, really positive experience with their customer service and their whole approach to doing business. I love it. Look at some of these really pretty jewel tones. Look at this royal purple, 550. That's Rachel Ray's favorite color. So these drills look good. Square drills can be tricky sometimes because they sit up so close to one another on the canvas that if they're not consistently sized and shaped, if they're not consistent in size and shape, I worded that strangely, then they'll want to pop. They'll push up against each other. There won't be enough space and they'll want to pop off the canvas. There's really nothing more frustrating than it. I did not have any issues with my diamonds on my last kit from them, and so I am not worried about these square drills at all. We have two bigger bags of 823. That's a dark blue, and from what I'm seeing in these bags, these diamonds look fantastic. They look very consistent in shape and size, so very happy to see that that is the case once again. So there was the first bag. Now the second bag has the ABs in it here at the end. Tell you what, just for sake of time, I'm not going to pull out all these colors again. I bet that's 939, like a really dark blue right there. These other pretty shades of blue. And then tons of different corals and peaches. Yet more blue. Of course, it's an underwater piece, so not surprising. Look at those purples, some browns. Let's get to these ABs, okay? All right, so 3 AB colors in this kit. Now, AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These are named after the Northern Lights, which, just like the Northern Lights, have a really pretty color shift and shimmery effect. So, too, does the iridescent coating that has been placed on the tops of these diamonds. They're really beautiful and stand out from the other diamonds and highlight the areas they've been charted and are just really, really lovely. So, we have 3 different shades of these blue ABs in this kit, which just feels completely appropriate given the color scheme and all the blues in this particular kit. So if we take a look, okay, I'm looking for the star symbol, the square symbol, and the question mark. So, okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so all 3 ABs, we have the square symbol, the star symbol, and the question mark all right next to each other. In the original artwork, this is the coral that's kind of going up on this side. So we have all 3 ABs kind of in this coral stem. If we take a look, kind of moves on up through here. There's dots of the ABs also over on this side in the coral. Sorry for the glare. Okay, so this here against the square symbol, and then we have some of the star symbol and some of the question mark kind of sprinkled throughout in here. That square symbol is by far the easiest to find, and you can see it's doing a lot of outlining. And that square symbol is the lightest AB. It's this light blue is that one. And then the star symbol is this one, which is a little bit darker. And then the question mark is the darkest blue. So some pretty shading going on in there. You have the squares going through here. And again, sprinklings of the question mark and the stars through here. So I think it's mostly in the coral. And then plenty of the question marks over here. Some of the stars as well. And then of course these squares just going up through here. That's gonna really make that pop beautifully. And I love the way that that looks in the original artwork. And I can't wait to see how that looks with ABs. And we have some of the stars and the question mark throughout here too, but it looks like this lightest blue AB where that square is, that's the one that's doing the most kind of outlining and obvious highlighting. Let's see where there are some other blue shades and see if there are any more of these colors elsewhere. We do have just a little bit of that lightest blue AB in here and here. And I see a sprinkling of the question mark in here, which was the darkest. That was the darkest blue, was the question mark. And over here, this little jellyfish has some of the lightest blue in it. Yeah, you guys kind of see that square. And then little strands off of some of these jellyfish. We have some of the lightest blue AB and then the middle and darker blue ABs in here too. So that's gonna make the jellyfish kind of pop with some of that pretty sparkle and outlining. Same over here. And then even this bigger jellyfish that has some of the strands of blue through it, we have, I see the darkest and the lightest ABs there, and goes up through here too, as well as on up through here. And ends with a few just right here. That's gonna be pretty. I love that AB placement. That feels really deliberately done to me, that those ABs have been placed in areas that they feel like would really enhance and elevate this painting. I love what I'm seeing. I really, really love what I'm seeing. And I am dying to see how this looks with drills down. The fact that a 60 by 80 kit here has 113 colors is really intriguing to me, especially with the colors in this piece. And I wonder if that's going to really split the difference nicely between a really ultra high color count kit with 197 colors and kind of the more standard kind of 50 to 60-ish range that you tend to see with most diamond painting companies, is sort of the more standard and typical range. So I don't know that I've really worked on a kit before that is somewhere in between those two. I've done a lot of either extreme, but like 113 colors, like that, I don't know, 100 to 150 or even like 80 to 170 color range is not really something I've dabbled in much. So it's going to be really fun to work on this one. And I do think that I want to try to make this one happen in November, barring anything else coming up. I do have a couple of projects I'd really like to attempt to wrap up first. So it's possible that things will change, but I really love what I am seeing, and just knowing the really positive experience that I've had with Diamond Art Studio UK's kits and their company as a whole and their customer service, which I started out as just a regular paying customer. They actually didn't know at all who I was when I placed my order. Like, they didn't recognize my name, which was great. I love being able to blind buy from a company when I can, because then, you know, I feel like I'm getting as close an experience as possible to what you guys will. And that is really like, that just makes my heart happy, because then I feel like I can be like, look, this is super authentic. So that really was truly my experience with Outside the Sweet Shop. And well, yes, thank you so much to Diamond Art Studio UK to sending this over. I'm still going to strive really hard to give you guys an unbiased opinion and just kind of present everything to you as like, okay, here's what I'm seeing. Here's what my experience is. Now you get to decide if that sounds like something that you would enjoy for your own personal taste when it comes to diamond painting. So again, I'm gonna, you know, if I work on this kit in November, I'm planning to participate in the Nautical November event, as well as the Purple Post November, I think is the name of the one that is the Diamond Art Studio UK specific event. And I'll have information about those events listed in the description box if you'd like to take a look for yourself. I'll also link directly to this listing. If it is out of stock on the website at the moment, moment. I know that they are planning to restock it. I don't have a timeline for you, but I will say they've been really, really communicative in the best way on their Facebook page. And so I'm going to link to that and highly recommend following them there as the best way to stay up to date with their new releases and restocks and checking in with them and stuff. I know they've been super, super busy because things have been going amazingly with a lot of their really cool releases lately. So be sure to take a look in the description box as well if you want to see my review of Outside the Sweet Shop from them, along with some other fun unboxings, including an advent calendar that they have coming up in December. And you guys check them out if you haven't before. Last thing, if you happen to not live in the UK, like I live in the US, and when I placed my first order, honestly, I looked at the shipping cost, which was I think between $30 and $35 US. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is really high shipping. But I did notice that when I ordered multiple kits at the time, which I ordered 2, the shipping didn't go up. And my understanding is that they actually do take a loss on international shipping. They're not making money on that. That just is the reality of ordering from outside of the country. And I found that it was really incredibly worth it. But if you're kind of hesitating on the shipping cost, my suggestion would be to consider ordering more than one kit, and that kind of dilutes the shipping cost, like per kit at least. And I really do think that it's worth it for these fantastic quality kits and a company that just seems to be doing wonderful things in the community and has great customer service and just great business ethic and everything. So anyway, I hope that I have sold you on it because I just feel that great about this company, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Is this a kit that's on your wish list or maybe that you've already ordered? And have you tried out Diamond Art Studio UK before? I'd love to hear from you, and thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my diamond painting projects and reviews and tutorials and all the things. I'd love to have you here. Otherwise, though, I'm just going to go ahead and let you go. I hope you have a day that is as amazing as you are, and I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.